Welcome to the Main Slate Mashup Cash Edition, Week 3. I am Jamie, and I'm joined by Rich. How you doing, buddy?
Very good. Cracked open Thatcher's.
So check you out.
That's it, mate. Absolute baller. Kids won't be able to eat for a week, but I'll be cracking out the premium ciders.
Oh, mate, don't worry about the kids.
Thatcher's gold, actually. I just want
to gold. Jesus Christ!
Just want to throw it out there.
Someone's splashing the gas. Rich, where can we find you on socials, buddy?
KFancy_sports, and you can find website is kingfancysports.com.
If people are wondering why we're laughing, you can hear or see us on the video. I just said, Rich, going, can you sit up a little bit? Because all I can see is your head.
Yeah.
And I like to see your broad shoulders.
Yeah. It's my big rugby playing shoulders they are, you know. So
you can find me on the socials, basically Twitter. Don't do Facebook. Who the fuck does Facebook anymore? Unless you're showing pictures of your baby or showing pictures of food. Basically,
I think that's Instagram, but yeah, I get your point.
No, mate, that's Facebook. Trust me. Well, it was Facebook about 5 years ago when I decided to bin the off. At Jamie_Byram_ or at SeasonLongDFS. So yeah, we recorded the GPP edition of the Main Slate Mashup earlier, and let's get on to our cash lineups, mate. Let's make some money. That's what we're here for.
Money.
If I were any good at video editing or anything like that, I could edit in that kind of, what's the Alan Sugar program?
The Apprentice.
The American Apprentice with Donald Trump, because that was the theme song to it. Money. This is what people come here for.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe don't get it in even if you are good at it, because I think people come here for the low production value.
Shots fired. No, mate, I agree. All right, let's get on with it. Who's your quarterback in your cash lineup this week?
Ryan Tannehill.
Ooh, like it.
6,200. Going up against the Colts. But this will be a hobbled Wentz or Eason. So I'm thinking they'll be positive.
Wentz has got 2 sprained ankles.
Yeah. But he's using his arm to throw. I don't know if you know this, but arm throws. The sprained ankles would be an issue if he was a kicker.
Is he literally doing a 0-step drop?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So, with that in mind, I think we're going to be seeing a couple of things unfold here. I think you'll see some good field position for the Titans and a lot of tired and battered bodies as they try and tackle Derrick Henry for the 20th time. The man is an absolute machine.
Literally a tank.
He's literally beyond a tank.
He's a barge. He's
your man. If he's running at us, I don't care if he's running at me. He's your man. I am not getting involved in that. No, thank you.
Just quickly about Derrick Henry. You saw his touchdown run, yeah?
Yes.
Kind of when obviously he's kind of juked round the defender, and then literally just gone. Yeah, I'm just going to run a bit faster now. And how can he's so big and he's so fast? That's not fair.
He's Jonah Lomu
on steroids.
Yeah, he's Jonah Lomu. He's got that just physical, this is my ball.
Yeah.
And I might let you look at it, but you are not touching it.
The closest you're getting to me is my fat hand in your face with a stiff arm.
Yep.
All right, so you got with Tannehill. My quarterback is Mr. Matt Ryan. 5,400 against the Giants. I think this is a pretty safe play, if I'm honest. The Falcons are going to need to throw the ball because the defense is bad. The Giants are going to need to throw the ball because the defense is bad. I think there's going to be a fair amount of points. Mike Davis hasn't looked great. Cordero Patterson is Cordero Patterson. Better out of the backfield catching the ball than running the ball, in my opinion. The Falcons, as expected, are a passing team. Doesn't matter that Arthur Smith came over. There isn't Derrick Henry here. There's Mike fecking Davis. Slight difference. It's like having a oil tanker and a dinghy. Yeah, no. 5,400. The price is really, really tasty. I think the floor is really safe, and I think the ceiling could be relatively high. I'm not going to say it's going to be brilliant, but yeah, the price thing for me in the matchup is,
yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah. Apologies if you can hear a little bit of a noise. It's my cat in her little kind of toilet box, just scratching at the side of it rather than actually covering up her piss, which is lovely. What other quarterbacks did you look at, mate?
I didn't really look at too many. I mean, I considered the higher price ones, like Kyler Murray or Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
I did consider those. Ultimately, I decided against it. I went for Ryan Tannehill, but Tom Brady's probably in play just because I know he's going against the Rams, but that offense is cooking.
Yes.
Matthew Stafford,
9 touchdowns.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford in that same game is interesting, and I almost feel like it's so bad to say, but like Jameis Winston almost felt to me like a bit intriguing as well. But I wrote him down my cash lineup, but I feel like he would have been a better GBP lineup. So there we go. That's the analysis that you get here. Mixed up notes.
Two I looked at that I seriously consider: Teddy Bridgewater, 5,800 gun up against the Jets. I think that's as safe as anything. Him and Matt Ryan. I think Matt Ryan I chose over Teddy mainly because I saved another 400.
Yep.
And Kirk Cousins, 6,300 up against Seattle. Monitoring the Dalvin Cook news, the injury news, seeing if he's got any niggling injury. Alexander Mattison, if he comes in, you can't trust him like you can trust Dalvin Cook. Kirk has been throwing the ball really quite nicely, like through 2 games. So yeah, I think
he's been really finding doing whatever he wants.
Exactly. And they've found is it Osborne? Osborne's their new wide receiver 3. So now he's got 3 wide receivers, no tight ends because they're all pants or injured. So yeah, it was kind of, I looked at safe plays, Teddy, Cousins, and Ryan. I like them all, but Ryan's price was more enticing to me. Who's your running back? 1, Rich.
Really boring. Dalvin Cook. 8,400. I talked about him in the GBP show. This whole offense goes through him. So yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Just keep an eye out for the injury news is all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I would say, well, obviously, keep an eye out for the injury news. Like you're spending that much, but because you're spending up so much here, if he ends up being out, you can really easily pivot to anyone.
Well, if you wanted to pivot to a Mattison who's 6,000, you can spend that other 2.5 elsewhere if needed.
That's what I mean. You can easily pivot down because he's so expensive. You can, there's so many options that you can pivot to as a result.
He's what, 85?
84.
What's Derek?
I think he's ever so slightly higher.
86.
I think he is 86.
If I had a lineup with Dalvin Cook in it, I would make sure that I
find the extra 200.
I would make sure that I had 200 left over, that I can have that pivot without having to do anything else. And that we haven't talked about anything like that in the last couple of weeks, but that's actually quite an important thing. If you've got a player who's potentially could be limited due to an injury, or you're unsure if he's going to start or play, and you're not going to know until Sunday afternoon because there's going to be a late fitness test or whatever it will be, it's always handy to already have that pivot in your mind on who you want to pivot to, and either know how you're going to do it rather than rush changing it and make a mistake. Actually say, right, if he's out, then I know I'm going to pivot to this guy. I've got the extra money if I need it. I think that's quite an important thing that a lot of players overlook.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. It's definitely something that you should be considering to do.
My running back one is Chase Edmonds, 5,700, going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's not flashy. I'm not expecting boom points. I think he's fairly safe. I think he's probably going to see anywhere from, I don't know, 8 to 12, 8 to 13 rushing attempts a game, and somewhere in the region of 4 to 6 targets, catching probably 4 or 5 over for 40 odd yards. And you chuck a touchdown in there, it's a bonus. I think he's a safe play. You know kind of what you get with Chase Edmonds. James Conner he's not going to be the running back that Kyler's going to throw to consistently. It's Chase. They seem to like him more than I do. I'm not totally sold on him, but that's my cat. But yeah, I think kind of 5,700. I'm happy to take that. I feel like it's a safe play.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing cat treats on the floor so she can chase after him. This is why people come here to see my pussy. Who's your running back to?
It's the same as my cash lineup. So Tyson Williams.
Hold on. You said you've remixed your notes up. Have you mixed your lineups up?
No. It's literally like I've gone to the same running back core.
I could have done the same thing if I'm honest. Before you tell us that your running back two is, it's exactly the same as mine. It's Williams, Baltimore Ravens, 5,800, going up against the Lions. I don't like many running backs this week in GPP or cash.
Yeah, I just think there's so many guys that have they're not there. You've not got Christy McCaffrey. You've not got there's a couple of players that they're just not available this week.
But it's you look at, you've got, like, for example, you've got some studs at the top, like you've got your Kamaras, your Henrys, and you look at them and you go, I personally looked at them and was like, okay, yeah, I'm not sure on the matchup, and I'm not sure how the game's going to play. As in, I'm not sure how much they're going to. Are we going to see 30 attempts from Derrick Henry? Are we going to see 10 catches from Alvin Kamara? I'm not. I feel a lot safer with Edmonds and Williams, and I know that sounds so stupid, and I feel stupid saying it, but I feel I would rather pay down at running back this week and spend up elsewhere.
Yeah.
So, if anyone who didn't see the GPP edition, tell us why Tyson Williams went.
Tyson Williams, the matchup is pretty good against Detroit. This Baltimore Ravens offense is going to be running often, and he is the lead back and getting all of the receptions out of the back too. So all of those things combined mean happy times.
Yeah. I'm not going to add a huge amount onto that. We saw what Aaron Jones did, even if it was catching the ball against the Lions this week. I think Williams is the main guy there. They are going to use a bit of Latavius Murray here and there. Occasionally, they might chuck a Devontae Freeman or a Lev Bell in, whoever's on, if they've both been moved up to from the practice squad, God knows. But yeah, they seem to trust Tyson Williams. And in this matchup, I'm happy, as I say, to pay down a little bit wide running back. Who missed out for you, running back wise, this week?
I had a couple of guys that I was considering. I actually considered James Conner because one of the new things that on King Fantasy Sports is our red zone tool, where we look at red zone touches and how guys are used. And James Conner is heavily used in the red zone versus the rest of the team.
Yeah,
I think it was 40% of the touches in the red zone have gone to James Conner, or the opportunities. So we look at targets or touches, either way. So I assume that the Cardinals are going to be in the red zone quite often, and based on the evidence that we've had so far, that means that James Conner will be getting a lot of the action. Bearing in mind, I've not processed week 2's changes, but week 1, that's certainly how it went. So
cool. I looked at Derrick Henry, 8,600. Didn't want to pay the price. Again, I just wanted to pay down a little bit more on running back. I also considered Najee. Najee Harris, 6,600 going up against the Bengals. Bengals defense, as I said in the GPP show, it's looked better than I expected. But the Steelers O-line, it really hasn't looked very good running the ball. And it hasn't for a very long time. I kind of think that they need to get Najee the ball in his hands. Short passes is what Ben Roethlisberger is best at right now. And potentially if Deontay Johnson is out, then I think Najee might see a couple more targets. And he scored a lovely receiving touchdown last week. So, but yeah,
Najee Harris was a guy that I considered as well, especially with the injury that we're hearing. Big Ben has
a pec
injury, the left
injury,
the left boob.
Oh, you even know. One more for me was DeAndre Swift, 5,800, going up against the Ravens. It's going to be a negative game script for the Lions, but the Lions are using him, DeAndre Swift and Williams, kind of as a 1A and 1B. You never know who's going to get what. But I think the upside for DeAndre Swift is 7-8 targets during a game where they're trying to chase. So he was someone I considered. In 5,800, I thought kind of his price was 7,100 last week, going up against the Packers. So it's dropped significantly. So it's a tempter, 5,800.
Yeah.
Who's your wide receiver one, mate?
I've got AJ Brown.
The stack. Have you double stacked?
What?
Have you doubled it?
I've not got Julio in there.
Why AJ over Julio when right now Julio looks like their wide receiver one and AJ Brown had a horrendous week last week? Didn't look good.
I just like watching AJ Brown play.
There's the analysis right there. I like watching him play.
I like watching him play, yeah. So
why did you pick that dress? I like the colour.
Well, I also think that it's the whole thing of everyone's been going towards Julio as the lead receiver, and AJ Brown is still no less elite than he was last season.
Agreed.
I think against this Colts defense, we could see them mixing it up, and I think AJ Brown would quite like to have a little bit of a game. He's done well against them in the past, and
what's his price?
6,500.
Julio is around the same.
It's literally the exact same. So I went AJ Brown just because, yeah, bit of a beast, isn't he?
He is a beast. My wide receiver one is Calvin Ridley. I'm stacking with Matt Ryan, 7,000 against the Giants. Same reasons really for Matt Ryan. For Calvin Ridley as for Matt Ryan, I think the Falcons are going to have to throw the ball. That's what the Falcons do. It's basically Ridley is the main guy. He is the alpha. He's just bloody brilliant. And this is me not being a Homer Falcons fan. Last week touchdowns, I think he saw how many targets? I can't remember. I did have it in front of me. Can't find Calvin Ridley. There he is. He saw 10 targets last week, 63 yards and a touchdown. This Giants defense is slightly easier to penetrate than the Buccaneers. So I expect a good week from Calvin Ridley this week. Who's your wide receiver 2?
I've got Ridley.
Riley Ridley. No, Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
Any add anything to what I said?
Yeah, he's going to. He is the new Julio. So I mean, I could have gone Julio and Ridley, which would have been like it used to be an old double stack, but now it'd be it wouldn't be. But yeah, Calvin Ridley, 7,000, polished route runner, should have no issue against this defense.
Giants defense. My wide receiver 2 is Sterling Shepard, 5,900. On the other side of the ball, going up against the Falcons for the Giants. We talked about him in the GPP show. He was in your lineup, am I right?
Yep. Spoiler alert, he's in my lineup for here as well.
Yeah, if you listen to it the other way around.
Well, he's actually in my lineup for here as well, like on both lineups.
Just okay, is he your wide receiver 3?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just change my wide receiver 2, and then we can both talk about Sterling Shepard.
Okay.
My wide receiver 2 is Chris Godwin, 6,100, going up against the Rams for the Buccaneers. Godwin he's the wide receiver. He's the number 1 there. He seems to have a good kind of connection with Brady. 13 targets in week 1, 5 targets in week 2. You've got Antonio Brown, who basically did a disappearing act last week, which was quite surprising. You've got Mike Evans, who scored 2 touchdowns, but this week could get 1 catch for 4 yards. I don't get it with Mike Evans. I think Mike Evans is an unbelievable wide receiver. He should be the main guy there over Godwin. I think he's a better receiver than Godwin. Personally,
I think he tends to get the harder defensive back matchup, which helps.
Yeah,
which helps Godwin.
But Godwin for me, 6,100 in a game which is going to be a tight scoring game. I don't think I don't think the Bucs are going to blow the Rams away. I don't think the Rams are going to blow the Bucs away. I think both defenses are very good. Both offenses are very good. Brady is going to need to get the ball to kind of pinpoint angles, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word, Rich. What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know, but he's going to have to throw lasers, isn't he?
That's basically what I was trying to say, but I couldn't find
pinpoint accuracy.
That's it. Accuracy. Godwin's got to say, fans, I think the price is really nice. His price has actually gone down from last week, 300, which surprised me. I wonder what the over-under is. I bet the over-under on this is probably something like 52 and a half, 53 points. So you're going to want a piece of this game. I think Godwin is, again, another safe play at 6,000 for me. So yeah, 6,100, not 6,000. Who's your wide receiver 3, Rich?
Sterling Shepard.
Same as mine. Mine is Sterling Shepard. Why have you chosen Sterling Shepard?
He's the lead receiver for the Giants, and it is the absolute safety blanket for Daniel Jones. The offense kind of goes through him at the moment. Saquon Barkley is a shadow of himself. I actually wrote an article about it today on KingFantasySports.com about what you can do. it's not a hot take. If you look at the stats and how this offense has changed since Barkley's rookie season, the running back position overall, which is mainly Barkley, but the whole position has seen fewer and fewer targets each season.
Eli Manning gone potentially. That's why.
That was why Daniel Jones becoming the quarterback, but also the change in coaching. They just don't have as many dump offs. With the receivers that they have, they're just not dumping it off as often. So this offense at the moment seems to be going through Sterling Shepard. So at 5,900 in a PPR, as we have on DraftKings.
Set and forget, mate. Sterling Shepard is a set and forget right at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree. My kind of thing where I said hot take, when you said he was a shadow of his former self, I thought you were saying Barkley isn't as good as he once was. Not as in the talent.
Oh, no.
Rather than the situation.
It's a situation.
You're talking about the situation. Okay, that makes more that makes a lot more sense to me. Not so much of a hot take anymore. I retract my comment.
Okay.
And I do agree. Who missed out? Who else kind of were you looking at in the wide receivers?
I had a couple of people I was considering. So the likes of I'm kind of tempted by Marquise Brown. I'm not entirely sure why.
Same as me. I looked in.
I was also tempted by Chase Claypool because we saw that injury to Deontay Johnson. I've not seen any injury news, but last I heard is it's looking better but not great. So one of those Steelers receivers is going to be the lead target. If I'm not sure, as I said to you before, I typically go for the cheaper guy.
Yeah.
So Chase Claypool would be that guy. And other than that, there's not really too many options for me that really were sticking out. Darnell Mooney might be interesting, but I think I'd kind of leave it with.
Okay. I looked at Cortland Sutton, 6,000 going up against the Jets. Week 1, 3 targets, 1 reception, 14 yards. Week 2, 12 targets, 9 receptions, 159. Well, that's a slight improvement, wouldn't you say?
It's all right.
Yeah. So if he does the same again, we're looking at I don't know. So 10 times, about 1,500 yards this week.
Oh, I'll put him in then.
Yeah, but I definitely. But yeah, no, I think the matchup going up against the Jets is a juicy one. He looked more like his old self last week. I think he's fairly safe. I think so. With no Judy there, you've got him. You got Sutton, Patrick, Fant, and Hamler, and it's Sutton is the main guy with Fant and then Patrick behind. So yeah, 6,000 I think is a nice play. I also looked at my boy Tyler Lockett, 7,400. I think he's fairly safe. I know it sounds really silly to say Tyler Lockett consistent. Do you know what I mean? It does feel a little bit like, oh God, why am I saying that? But yeah, he's looked really, really good. The matchup is against the Vikings, who have defense hasn't been as good as I thought it would be, if I'm honest, so far this season. Can be had at, and if Tyler Lockett gets Russell Wilson gets out of the pocket, Tyler Lockett is going to find space. Wilson is going to find him. And Marquise Brown, 5,600 for the Ravens going up against the Lions. He scored a touchdown and 80 yards in his last 8 games or something silly like that, going back from last season, I think. Going up against the Lions. The Lions are the Lions right now. Do you know what? I'll be fair to the Lions. They're fighting. They're not just we're crap. It's the same with the Texans. Everyone thought they were going to be pushovers, and do you know what? They've played all right.
Well, I think it's about to fall off for the Texans now.
No Tyrod.
Without Tyrod, yeah.
No Ty God.
Yeah, without
Davis
Tyrod.
Mills looked all right though.
Yeah, he looks all right, but he's now going to be who the Texans got this week. They've got the Panthers. I don't know.
Is
We'll see.
Sam Darnold better than Davis Mills? Oh God, did I say that? No, moving on. I'm just trying to piss off a lot of Sam Darnold fans. I don't like him. I don't dislike Sam Darnold. Adam Gase. That's all I'm going to say. Who's your tight end, mate?
My tight end is Frymouth. However you want to say it.
Just say it really quickly. Frymouth.
Frymouth from
Yeah,
Steelers. 3,000. He's been getting more and more involved in the offense, and if we're seeing Johnson sit out for whatever reason, there's available targets at a price of 3,000. Doesn't have to do that much to hit value. So let's go.
Like it. On your computer, mate, grab up the snap counts and the route and stuff like that. Reach around for me on tight ends.
Okay.
My tight end.
I don't know if I have routes, but
my tight end is Tyler Higbee.
Okay, all right. I can look up his.
Going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so I'm kind of bringing it back.
He was a consideration for me, to be honest.
Do you know what? I don't think he's going to be owned very much. I really don't. I think his ownership's going to be fairly low.
Do you think it's because of his hair?
If that were the case, it would be the same for TJ Hawkinson, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but like Hawkinson, yeah, fair. Good point, well made.
Plus, Tyler Higbee's a racist, apparently.
Is he actually?
Have you not seen this stuff?
No.
Just search Tyler Higbee on Twitter, Tyler or Higbee racist, and you'll see stuff. I don't know how I came across it earlier in the week, but yeah, no, I saw that. So moving on from that, Tyler Higbee. He, I think the stat line from last week of did he have one catch? Or not even that last week. In a matchup where everyone thought it was fairly juicy. I did anyway.
I did have it up just a second ago. He had one target, one
target, and the week before he had what six targets or something.
Yeah, 6 targets. Yeah, but he did catch that one target though, so 100%.
That's important. I think
if you're only going to get one target, you want to catch it.
I think what's important is the fact he was on the field for a lot of basically most of the plays offensively. Smash, what are you doing? I think it was just a bit of a blip this last week. I think 4,000. I think the Bucks have been I don't want to say had by tight ends, but Schultz and Jarwin had a few catches against him in week 1. Pitts did all right against him last week, so it may be something just to keep an eye on about the Bucks and tight ends. I might be totally wrong, but I'm going to keep an eye for that weekly just to see if they are susceptible to them. But 4,000 for me is. I did look at Pitts. I looked at the triple stack with Ridley and Ryan and Pitts, but I decided against it. Thought I'd save a little bit of money.
Yeah.
What other tight ends did you look at?
It was Higbee for me. Higbee or bust.
Okay. I had my two that I looked at were Pitts 4,900 at the Giants or Noah Fant 4,800 kind of Pitts Jets.
Yeah, I'm the thing about having Noah Fant within cash is I feel like he's. I mean, saying that I've gone for a move Firemouth, which is a risky play, but
I like it though.
Yeah, I mean, I think I feel like there's riskier plays that I'm happy with at other positions, which means that I would I'd more likely to have Fant in a GPP, but I would prefer him in cash if I could find a lineup with him.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Who's your flex, Rich?
We spoke about him previously. Rondale Moore.
Like it.
Like we are playing cash, but this guy is like he's used in this offense. Like we spoke about it. You know, he's not on the field that often, but when he is on the field, he's getting the ball.
Yeah.
We spoke about
it on the GPP.
Yeah.
Edition. So the episode. So if you want to know what we actually said about him, just go back and listen to that if you haven't already. But yeah, we both really like him this week.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, that's my flex.
They get the ball. They want the ball in the boys' hands.
Yeah.
Target leader, reception leader on an offense that is going to throw the ball. Love it. My flex, Austin Eckler, 7,200, going up against the Chiefs. People were panicking after week 1, 0 targets. Eckler came back to his normal self, 9 targets, 9 receptions, 61 yards. Only saw 9 attempts for 51 yards in the rough running the ball. You're not going to. The Chargers are not going to win the game by settling for field goals and trying to run the ball against the Chiefs. The Chiefs are going to score against you, against Chargers. They're going to. Doesn't matter what you do, they're going to score 30 points. You're going to need to get the ball into the hands of Eckler, Williams, and Keenan Allen. Eckler, I think all 3 of them could see 10 plus targets this week. I genuinely do. So if you're getting 10 odd targets, let's say you get the same stat, kind of 9 targets, 9 receptions this week for Eckler, you're going to be happy. I think he'll get a touchdown this week as well. I think the upside there is, I think he's got a really big upside in a game that potentially should be a shootout, but as you said about the Chiefs defense and Chiefs against the Chargers, they always seem to find a way to kind of shut them down. So yeah, Austin Eckler 7,200. Your defense, mate?
I paid down on defense, so I actually went Bengals.
Same here. Yeah, 2,100. I've kept the Bengals same defense as my GPP lineup. Yeah.
I just find in cash games the defense is far less.
Yeah.
Like just spend down really. Like don't really think about it too much. Like just spend down so you can spend it up at other positions.
Yeah.
GPP, I'll look for like splash plays that you can get because it's often overlooked as a position. So
it's overlooked, but you don't want to pay 4,300 for the Denver Broncos because
you don't want to pay 40.
A little bit too much.
But yeah, that is definitely too much.
Yeah. Any other defenses?
Nope.
No, it was literally the Bengals. Bengals or nothing for me.
Well, yeah, it was more from a price standpoint as well. It's no one around that range that I'm like thinking, oh, I'd want to put them in. So
yeah, cool. All right, I will put our lineups in a little graphic coming up now. Rich, where can we find you on the socials?
You can find me at kfantasy_sports, and the website is kingfantasysports.com.
Follow K Fantasy Sports on Twitter. They are pumping out fantastic fantasy articles on a daily, hourly basis. I see things popping out from Rich and his team. So yeah, follow them and check out the website. It's very, very good. You can find me on Twitter at Jamie_Byram_ or at SeasonLongDFS. Rich, it's been an utter pleasure.
Pleasure to speak to you too. Always enjoy it.
You need to really say that with more conviction because I know you're lying.
I always enjoy it. I quite enjoy it. Like we actually, to lift the curtain behind this, we tend to typically say, right, let's get on for this time. We speak for about an hour, catching up about what's happened in the week, and then we go, oh, should we start recording then? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Shit, we've actually got to do this.
Let's do that. Yeah. So here we are. It's good. I enjoy it.
We have our own little kind of like man's hour before.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's like, so we started this time. Yeah, cool. I'll do a little setup. Oh God, we've been talking for an hour. We've been nattering away.
It's like a mother's meeting.
Pretty much, mate. Pretty much. In good luck this week with your DFS lineups.
Thanks a lot.
In
You
cash
too.
and GPP. However, whichever. I hope both of them cash, and I hope you do well in season on DFS this week as well.
So I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, mate. Take care. Peace out.
Peace out.